Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. So I have no losses yet with my sort of weapony, rushdowny sort of arena rogue here. I'm pretty sure we're going to fix that this video, because it can't keep up. You know, I got sort of a rushy deck, but I still have to be more efficient, not just completely, like, throw everything to burn down my opponent, because I have no sustain at all. I have no ability to replenish my hand after I dump it. And honestly, it's not like the rushiest rush stuff ever. But the weapons do provide a lot of damage if I can prevent my opponent from just stopping everything with taunts or whatever. Okay, well, the Cold Blood and the Boulder Fist Ogre are both like late game things, not early game things. I think we'll keep the Stormwind Knight. He seems pretty good in the arena, and at 4 mana, a reasonable chance to... Like, he doesn't seem like he was going to hamper my curve tremendously, and indeed, with a 3-cost guy to help out, not looking too bad here. Now, do I coin out the Knife Juggler? Probably. Again, it's rather inconvenient for a paladin to kill even a 2-hit point creature with 2 mana. Although they do have a way now with that spell that gives them +2 attack and 4 healing, but then they're healing 4 and wasting it. That's unfortunate. That's not what he was hoping for. That puts me in an awkward place. I guess I'm going to stab off your bubble. Does double duty. First off, I can't stab this thing after the bubble is broken, and secondly, if he were to buff it, it would be much more dangerous if it had the bubble. Really, the snake? Okay. I don't have a lot of really huge things in here that would make the snake worthwhile, but I'm not going to attack with my second use of the dagger quite yet. I suspect it's going to be a snake this, and then I'm going to have to stab the snake. Ow. I like how it looks for a second like he was trying to stab his snake. But nope, that's my job. I am going to take a bunch of damage, more than him. Wow, I actually have a mech for that. Not for long.
Here we go.
You know, I could have just put out the Direwolf and had that guy kill him, and it probably would have been better. Although my Direwolf would have got stabbed by this, which would not necessarily be better. I don't know. Okay, that thing's big. Wow, let's just continue taking horrendous amounts of damage. I want to get rid of that. This also sets me up if I do some kind of crazy sharp sword play. So my guy can definitely be sorted. Or you can spend most of your mana for the turn doing that. It does replace itself card-wise, but I guess you wanted to save your sword. Interesting. Sword plus Croc would get rid of this guy a little bit too easily, in my eyes. Not a huge fan of that. I'm gonna play him. And that's putting too many eggs in one basket if I could sharp sword him, which I can't anyway, so I guess I won't. This guy's mostly going to get his butt kicked, but we're going to put him out anyway. Yeah, despite the sharp sword oil, I think that the needs of the situation are that I get rid of that thing. It's just, it'll save me an attack with a minion later. Even though this guy will probably be around to have done that, he probably won't have the +1 attack, so it wouldn't work anyway. Situation's just better without that thing, even though it sucks to waste a 3 damage attack on it. Consecrate, that's not good. There goes my whole army. At least he's going to spend his Croc doing it. Or he's going to sword it. Okay. That's one less sword to worry about. That makes the environment a lot safer for my Spectral Knight, potentially. Perdition's Blade. That's not going to work this turn. But this will. So I am very low in health now. I like how it's giving me the option to Cold Blood, even though I can only Cold Blood my opponent's guy. Doesn't work on him. Sharp sword oil, however, does work on him. Assassinate works on him, I believe. So let's do that.
Here we go.
We're going to do that. And then we're going to play Perdition's Blade and get rid of that guy. So there isn't a target around to buff. Blessing of Kings, always a problem. So my health is low, but I may be in a decent position to do some sharp sword shenanigans. Although it's going to be tricky. If I have to trigger it with Cold Blood on an opponent's minion, or you have another Stormwind Crusader. Well, that wasn't the plan. I can play him and Sharp Sword. Oh, man, does not work out great. Does not work out great at all. I'm probably dead if I just try and rush down my opponent. None of this works out at all, actually. This is going to be really bad. I don't have, like, lethal or something, eh? If I Sharp Sword, I get 9 damage. Not even close. Wow. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I kill this guy first, then the Bomb Lobber can hit him. It doesn't actually kill him. I can't afford to stab him. Use my good guy to get rid of him. That's not good. No, I think we're just going to go aggro because I'm going to die otherwise. That's actually not a bad outcome for that.
Here we go.
Actually, we're going to kill him because I can. I hate using my guy, but he got the buff. He can do it. The risk of me dying was just too great. Like, almost anything charged would have done it. Paladins also have lots of direct damage, potentially. Sword, like, there's so many ways I could have gone down. It may have been a bad idea. I'm in trouble now, pretty much, but... So if I Cold Blood this guy, that is only 5, 10. I'm going to be short 1 damage. I'm going to be in the same situation where I'm not well placed to win, but I think this time, I don't have a choice. I can't get enough board control to make it worthwhile. I am just going to have to go for... Yeah. Killing them is not going to work out for me. My only hope is that my opponent can't kill me this turn. And also doesn't play like a gigantic death taunt. Like, if he can't kill me, but he plays Tyrion Fordring, I will still lose. That is a lot of taunt. If he just takes out my army, he wins. You just made his bonus permanent. It's rather odd. Wow. Well, that should be effective at keeping you alive. Fan of Knives? Would have been a good time. Fan of Knives into him would have been an awesome turn. This is not going to be an awesome turn. This is going to be I die.
Here we go.
Game over. Well, I tried. It looks like I probably would have won if I had not taken out the Stormwind Knight. You don't know. Don't know what your opponent has in their hand. It would not have taken much for him to finish me off there. So, yeah, there's some, like, paper, rock, scissors. You just make the wrong gamble sometimes. So, yeah. Well, there goes my perfect record, which was pretty expected. It was still a very close game. 1 hit point there at the end. Just a couple hit points the turn before that. You don't know what they have. It's pretty hard to do anything. Yoo-hoo, come on. Got people waiting here. It's too difficult to find an opponent of my caliber. Especially since it's looking for an opponent of exactly my caliber and not like somebody who is really good. Okay, seriously. Feel free to find a match at some point in the near future before flying cars. Really? It's gonna crash out. You piece of crap! Just find me an opponent. How goddamn challenging can it be at 3-1? It's not like I'm 12-1 and you have to, 11-1 and you gotta find like that right person. 3-1. You know how many people there must be who are at 3-1 right now? Did your server crash or something? Because I'm pretty sure you would have kicked. I already got the patch earlier today. News hasn't updated if they did just release the next set of BlackRock. And honestly, even if they did, that shouldn't prevent me from finding an opponent in the arena. What a waste of time! Come on.
Busy night, but there's always room for another.
Always room to kick me out of the arena, you piece of crap. What's your problem? All this just so I can find an opponent who is going to beat me. Just a little bit frustrating. I'm trying to record video. I liked how it would like come up with a thing where I couldn't cancel, as if it was finding someone too. Any day now. 2015. Sometime. Okay. Seriously.
Versus Uther.
Hashtag first world problems.
I will fight with honor.
Watch your back.
We're pitching you. I think I might keep the Fan of Knives. I don't really like it this early in the game, but it is a paladin. I didn't get the coin. I want him to turn to coin muster so that I can, like, Fan of Knives. That would be funny. Server finally finds me an opponent, and my opponent is still looking for something. That was an exciting turn. Aren't you glad you waited for that? Yeah. Exciting. Okay, what's up? Paladin?
I wonder.
Those are quite some bangs he's got there. Wow, that was a lot of thinking for Zombie Chow turn 1. Like, a lot of thinking. I think I've just got to play my Knife Juggler.
Put this apple on your head.
Which gives him the perfect opportunity to coin muster. Coin muster, coin muster, coin muster, coin muster, coin muster. Coin muster, coin muster, coin muster, coin muster, coin muster. Come on. I dare you. Muster, 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 muster. It's not gonna be. It would have been too awesome. Coin muster hit me for one, just like, Fan of Knives. Well, that was a pretty no-brainer, because if I hadn't drawn him, I was going to have a bad turn. Now I've got lots of 4-drops and stuff. I've got choices. Might still have a bad turn. But at least he theoretically fares okay against this.
Let me think.
Plays a decoy. So I I could play him. I think I'm just gonna play him Protected. I might try and go for Stormwind Knight Cold Blood next turn. That is a pretty fun turn. So let's see what happens when I attack this. No. I'm having a really bad record with ogres lately, but we'll play the Senjin to protect him. Give him another chance next turn, although it's not as great when he's actually going to die from it. I was probably going to do this anyway. Not a bad position, though, for what it is. He's not doing anything expensive with his turn. He's got an unprotected... He's not attacking either. Interesting. Fan of Knives is not going to help me that much. Although if I could Fan of Knives, then he could kill that. I can't count on the Ogre to get rid of this guy, though, and I do want to get rid of him. I think I'm going to go with my Stormwind Assault plan, basically. Going to kill this. I want to make sure it's dead. That's maybe not the best choice, because now he can kill that, probably. But we're going to try and kill him. It'd be nice. Yay! I'm very happy with this plan now. Engage Assault Mode.
For honor.
6/5 charge with honor. Royale with cheese. What do you got? Some way to kill him, I assume? Other than 5 mana, you're pretty dangerous. That's not going to get rid of him this turn, though. I'm going to get a pretty good advantage out of this play, is what it's telling me. Especially since you have to take damage to do that. You're softening him up so you can sword him. If that's your plan, you're going to take a horrendous amount of damage. Which I'm okay with.
For honor.
But just to hedge things a little bit, I would rather play the Stormwind Knight and get my Silverhand Knight and get some more meat out there. But this guy's going to beat him down just fine if this stops him from killing crazy Stormwind guy. Now he has 6 mana. He can potentially do some stronger things. He could get lucky with Avenging Wrath. If he hits that, it would improve his chances with Avenging Wrath. Then the Avenging Wrath would actually have a reasonable likelihood of killing this guy. And would almost certainly kill him. Just dividing 8 damage between 3 targets. He's taking a risk. He's going to take another 2... Well, okay, it's only 1 damage. I guess it's not quite a risk that way. Avenging Wrath. It's an epic card. Harder to have in the arena, but he might. You can get anything. Okay. He does not solve the immediate problem, and I have a Bomb Lobber just for him. That is a pretty rough combo. You get it at a time when your opponent can't necessarily deal with it, and I had, like, all the taunt in my deck to protect him. My opponent has more cards, but he's got a pretty big uphill slog. He needs, like, an equality combo just to stabilize, and it's not even, like, not even really worth it on these guys, except that he needs something like that to keep himself alive. I still have a fair amount of damage in the can here, plus if I draw any of my, like, weapons, that could help a lot. Actually, the 5/6 guy that heals him for 6, that would have gone a long way to helping him. He's gonna kill one guy, draw a card instead. That's not helping you much, though, dude. I believe that's game.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Here we
Ta-da! That was a serious rush. Just that cold blood on that guy, wow. I underestimated his power. My opponent had some ways to deal with them, but because I had all that taunt, it just worked out in my favor. And I get to go on with only one loss so far. But we'll see how it works out next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.